Hello my fellow Italians and welcome back to Hetafacts. And yes, I know I didn't quite make an official announcement that I was going to OhayoCon, but I kind of did on all my social media sites. Hopefully had enough of a heads up. But yeah, this is the first time I've been to a conference in this area. First time going to this conference at all. So this was quite an experience. It wasn't as big as most of the cons I've went to. Not nearly as small as OhayoCon was. Let's talk about what exactly happened. So we got there at about 5:40 on Friday. And the Hetalia photo shoot was at 6. I remember I made sure, like, oh, we're supposed to leave at 3. No, I want to leave an hour early. Just so I can make it to this thing on time. And I did make it on time, and I'm very proud of myself. I'll probably put up show some photos here. It was a pretty fun photo shoot. I saw a lot of rare cosplays that I haven't seen before. Like there was an Iceland cosplayer, a Finland cosplayer, which is, I actually got to know it pretty well. A Finland cosplayer, which I actually saw a couple of times later on there in the con. The Poland cosplayer, which I went to a panel with. Very, very nice people. And even a Spain cosplayer, but surprisingly, we had no Italys, no Germanys, and no Romanos, which was shocking. Very shocking. But yeah, a lot of it was that not a lot of people could make the photo shoot. I guess because it was like so early. I mean, heck, if the Finland hadn't directed me where I was supposed to go, I probably would have missed it. Because we had both just gotten into the building, and we were trying to find the photo shoot because it was only 5 minutes until it started. But yeah, it was a pretty fun photo shoot. I did some fun poses. People were like, "Oh wow, you get really into this." And like, this isn't my first time at a photo shoot. And then my boyfriend and I went to get registered because we hadn't gotten our badges yet. We just went to the I just went to the photo shoot. He just dropped me off and I went to the photo shoot. Not many people from my anime club went to this one. Surprisingly, I think I was the only female that went. I was the only female in the car, and I was the only female in my hotel room. Yeah, that was interesting. But luckily, I was not the only one cosplaying. Afterwards, I was thinking, oh, I should probably go to the vendors hall, see what they have today. And so I go to the vendors hall, and on my way, I bump into these three, who just missed the photo shoot. And by the way, the photo shoot ended a half an hour early because we didn't have enough people and not enough ideas. And they became pretty much my squad for Friday. I pretty much hung out with them for the rest of the day. Very fun people. Their cosplays are just incredible, very incredible. And yeah, I went around. I was Lithuania for Friday and Saturday, most of Saturday. I started off as Estonia on Saturday, then I went back to Lithuania, and then. But I was like carrying around the giant flag so that people could say, I could show people, hey, you know what? I'm a Hetalia cosplayer. Look at the giant flag. And someone thought I was Spain because I guess the flags look very similar, I guess. I guess it was more than one person did that, I guess. Friday, we couldn't get to the vendors hall, like really see anything because it closed like 5 minutes after we got there. And basically we had a bit of fun, and then I had to go to a panel, so I had to leave my little squad. And then the panel I went to, they had a lot of really interesting panels here. It was really fun. This is probably some of the most panels I've ever really been to at a con, especially late night panels. Like they had Your Waifu is Crap, and Ramblings of an Old Otaku, and one of the things I went to was called Cringe Fest, fanfiction at its worst and its finest. It was an 18+ panel, but it didn't necessarily go into that kind of 18+ stuff. what it did was talked about it, like talked about we went through really horrible fan fiction. Like there was this, he had a book of fan fiction, and it was just, he was like, no, you thought you've seen horrible? You have not lived until you have seen not one, but 2 Sonic fan fictions about 9/11. And we ended up reading one of those. And then there was one about Anne Frank and Goku, which I saw in another panel later, and it was actually acted out. None of them were Hetalia though, yeah. It was either that or the OhayoCon roast, where basically all the voice actors there roast J. Michael Tatum. I didn't go to that, because it was all, like, some of the panels I really wanted to go to were, like, overlapped with each other, and it was just, yeah, we just barely got into this one, and they also had a lot of photo shoots that ran really late, I guess. Oh, the Church of Yaoi was another one. I didn't go to that one. Hilarious Hentai Dubs was another one, but I didn't go to that one either, but we were right next door to that one during, we were watching an abridged anime panel. And then right next door was this hilarious Hentai Dubs panel. You could just hear the hentai going on from next door. And you were just wondering, like, I wonder what happened. Do I want to know? What happened? We went to a Whose Line Is It Anime, I guess. We only stayed halfway through because I had a take-home Russian exam to do. Intensive Russian, everybody. The people who run a Slap on Titan were also there. And a lot of celebrities were there. Jerry Jewell, the voice of Russia, was there. The voice of the Netherlands was there. The voice of Japan was there. J. Michael Tatum, or the voice of France. There was a lot of people. The ones I missed I'll probably put up on the screen, but it had a surprisingly large amount of voice actors. Saturday I spent a lot of the morning and until like noon. I spent like until noon doing my test. And which was good because I got to avoid the Yuri on Ice photo shoot. Oh gosh. Apparently the one at OhayoCon got shut down because everyone was so freaking crazy. But I really liked the choice of food and the choice of vendors that they had here. I saw a lot of familiar ones I've seen at other conventions, but the restaurants around here, they had some a really good food court, and they had a comic book store that it wasn't in the vendors hall. It was just a comic book store that was open, and there you could get mochi, you could get ramune, pocky. They had blueberry pocky there, and I had never seen before. And they had comic books and like trading cards, all that other nerd stuff. Not like weeb shit, but American nerd stuff. Yeah, I didn't go to get any autographs. I haven't ever done that yet. Jamie Marshy was there, the narrator for the Hetalia, and voices pretty much almost like every female protagonist in Funimation. Basically, when it comes to like most popular cosplays, there was just an explosion, let's just say, of Boku no Hero Academia cosplayers. I knew it was going to be, that was going to be the huge takeoff cosplay, the huge takeoff series for cosplay this year, because it got so damn popular. That, and then there was a lot of Doki Doki Literature Club. Yeah, there was a lot of Boku no Hero Academia. Yeah, since my boyfriend's a huge Vocaloid fan, I went to the Vocaloid photo shoot with him, and someone brought Tide Pods. For the asshole who brought Tide Pods, I do not have words for you. I do not have words for you. I expected to spend most of the portion of my day on Saturday with my boyfriend, because at this point I wasn't looking. It didn't seem like I was going to make a lot of friends. it's normally my goal every time I go to an anime convention, is to make a bunch of friends. Yeah, friends. Maybe subscribers. Then I went to this thing called the Voice Actor Roundtable, and the Voice Actor Roundtable had basically had Jerry Jewell, Chris Patton, Brandon McInnes, Chris Bevins, Ricky Simmons, and Carly Mosier. A lot of like rather famous Funimation voice actors. And I figured since, okay, Jerry Jewell's gonna be there, he's a big voice actor of not only Russia, but Victor in the, from Yuri on Ice in the English dub. So I bet there's probably going to be a lot of Hetalia fans there. And sure enough, I saw 3 sitting in the back. I saw a Japan, and I saw a couple of other people. Yeah, by the way, I was surprised there was 2 Japans at the Hetalia photo shoot though, as well. Normally there is 1 or no Japans at all. But yeah, I was pretty surprised at that. Earlier that day, I had seen a couple of other cosplayers. I'd seen 2 Taiwans, which was pretty interesting. Ukraine. I saw a couple of others as well, a couple of Italy's. But then later on, I ran into those 3 I saw at the panel and one of the Italy's, and I'm just like, okay, they're getting a squad together. I'm gonna join in. And then later on, we walked past like an Austria and a Denmark, but they didn't stay in the squad for very long. But yeah, and then we decided to officially form a squad. We went to another Whose Line Is It anime panel. I met up with the Finland there, and that was pretty interesting. It was kind of different from what it was last night. Afterwards, we kind of lost I kind of lost like half the squad, and then it was just I'm like, okay, so during the end of that panel, the Italy and I, apparently we already knew each other on Amino already. And I think I'd apparently been in one of their role plays before. And apparently they were also one of a few people that recognized my username. And basically I posted like my picture of my cosplay on my Amino, and then she started commenting and then we had this huge comment war, and it got very intense, let's just say. And apparently I learned about this thing called the Sin Squad. I mean, I've seen it floating around on Amino, but I never really truly knew what it was. And apparently someone from that squad thought the flag I was wearing was a Spanish flag. I'm just like, let me on the Amino, let me on the Amino! I'm kidding, I'm not really mad. I'm just glad they recognize that it's a historical flag and that they recognize that I'm a Hetalia cosplayer. That's all that matters to me. Then I went to this another bad fanfiction panel, which was very fun, called Implausible Fanfiction. And then I went to another one, but it wasn't nearly as organized. By the time we got back, surprisingly, unlike the previous night, not everyone was asleep. Oh yeah, we also went to this Vocaloid After Dark panel, and that was mostly for my boyfriend, because he's really into Vocaloid. As usual, there weren't really any good panels on Sunday. It's kind of boring. I walked around, bought some last minute stuff, and then I was Okaruto from Yandere Simulator, and a lot of people stopped me asking for my picture. And they were like, it's fun to see people, I'm so happy when you cosplay something that's like never cosplayed. That's why I cosplay like Lithuania, and that's why I cosplay Okaruto, because pretty much no one cosplays them. And it's very satisfying to see people so grateful that, oh my gosh, you're cosplaying this character. It makes them so happy, and I love seeing the smile on their face. But my boyfriend got a lot of nice pictures of me, like he did with the Lithuania back at OhayoCon. And then I saw a couple of other Hetalia cosplayers. I'm just like, one day I am not in Hetalia. Okay, now it's time for the shit I bought that I really don't need, but I bought it anyways. First, I got one of these mystery boxes. These, the mochi ones again, and I got Russia, I guess. Well, then, now I guess I have two of these, but the other one I have is smaller, not official merchandise. These things, the soft, squishy mochis, are official merchandise. Actual official merchandise. This is a little bit bigger than an actual mochi though, but I guess some mochi can be this big, but then again it is Russian mochi. It's probably expectedly big. A lot of things there were a lot cheaper compared to other cons that I've been to. Probably because a lot of the cons I go to are in Illinois, and that's a place where there's a lot of taxes. But a lot of stuff I got there was really cheap, and surprisingly most of it was Russia related. I did not intend for that to happen, but it just did. Okay, so, normally these are $15 each, but this was $10, which is very surprising. And then I got this because it's official merchandise, and I know I've seen it on Himaruya's blog, and I'm just like, I have it now. It's official merchandise, and it's mine. And then I got, again, a lot of Russia-related things. I did not expect this to be a RussiaCon. And then another thing that was Russia-related, that they had these, like, keychains that, this is World Twinkle merchandise. I also saw a beautiful world poster. Yeah, and then I bought 2 things of mochi and a couple of sodas. And then I got, these were $5. This is, as you know, as you might see in the back, you might see the earlier evolution of this one. And then I got, now this is its final evolution. And I'm very happy that it was so cheap, because this is one of my favorite Pokemon. Because it's so unbelievably broken in the game. That's pretty much, yeah, that is pretty much my lovely loot. There's a lot of really interesting merch, and of course a lot of wonderful, fantastic cosplayers. And I'm surprised there were 3 Pokemon photo shoots. 3, 1 for each day, which was pretty interesting. I thought it was really, really interesting. But yeah, I think that's about it. Overall, I'd say it's not better than the majority of the cons that I went to, because Anime Central is Anime Central. You can't really get better than that. It's like to be the second best in the United States. Anime Midwest, I just have too many great memories from. YomaCon was was kind of like my first experience with like the anime club and everything, and I kind of like had a lot of people that I already knew there, and it was just kind of like ultimate squad, like the entire weekend. And ShudoCon was also another kind of con that was kind of in my heart. But I think this might tie with ShudoCon. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about OhayoCon. Pretty good, very good. I really liked it, and a lot of people I'm sad I might not ever see all these people again. Because I'm going back to Germany next year. Anyways, that was 1 mark higher on your history test. Thank you for watching Hetafacts.